Hello! If you haven't watched part 1, go watch it right now. Link's in the description. So a lot of you might know that I made this horror game in 1 hour. It has some basic AI and very, very terrible animations. So I'm going to work on the game for another week. The first thing I noticed was that when you're walking around, it has no cool effects. In games like Doors and other horror games that I've played, oftentimes when you walk, the camera bounces around. See how it has that very subtle bouncing of the camera when you're walking? It might not look like a lot, but it really makes the player feel immersed in the world, and it really does a lot. It makes it look a lot cleaner and a lot more realistic, if you know what I mean. This is what it looks like in my game. Not as good as Doors, of course, and a lot of other big horror games, but it'll do for now. And I mean, I kinda like it. I also added a sprint button.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
So that you're not walking really slowly all the time. Except maybe not that fast.
Bruh.
That's better. And I must say, it adds a number to the game. It makes the game a lot more enjoyable to play and a lot more atmospheric, and you actually feel like you're inside the game. Because let's be honest, before it was terrible.
Bruh.
After that was done, I realized that the map itself was absolutely terrible. It didn't even look like anything, so I needed to fix that. I asked my Discord server, which if you're not in, you need to join right now, link's in the description. Anyways, like I was saying, I had asked my Discord server for some inspiration on some good map ideas, and I finally decided on making a school. Like a haunted school or something like that. Now, on to day 2. So the first thing I did today was change what the monster looked like. While I liked the character that I previously had, I really wanted to add Mr. Buns to the game. He had a bit of a rough ending, and I wanted to give him a chance at redemption. My goal for today was to rig, animate, and add the AI to this monster, so that he could actually chase the player. I made a walk animation. It looks absolutely horrific. Please don't judge. If you want to animate him, just reach out to me, because I do not want this to be in the final game.
Bruh.
After a while, it seemed like it was working fine, except he doesn't animate when he walks. He only animates for like 1 second, and then he stops like immediately after, which I do not understand. Also, he's backwards. He's walking backwards. I can't figure out how to fix that. And the final issue, well, actually it's not really an issue, but I don't really understand why he will attack me backwards. So I mean, if you know how to fix any of those, please let me know in the comments, because I don't understand what is wrong with them. But the AI seems to be working. He goes to waypoint, and everything else seems to be fine. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. And that's pretty much the end of day 2. I know I was going to make the map this day, but I wanted to get this done tomorrow. I'm gonna make the map. So stay tuned for that. On day 3, I made a map. I know I had originally wanted to make a school, but since Mr. Buns is back in the game, a school doesn't really fit, so I made a farm. It doesn't look that good right now, but for now I think it is okay. At least it's good enough to play and have a basic idea of what's going on and where you are. I added a couple of free models such as the grass, the house, and the barn, and also the trees. But if you guys like this project and you want me to work on it more, I'm definitely going to make this map a lot better and make everything myself. But that's basically all I did today. So yeah, on to day 4. So today was heavy on the coding. I created a round script that will teleport the players from the spawn location all the way into the game location, and the bunny will spawn whenever the game starts. So hypothetically, it is a foolproof, complete round cycle. So now the game will pretty much never end. It's not perfect, of course, but it gets the job done. And for my limited knowledge of coding, it works pretty well. So as you can see, it works. It's not the greatest system in the world, but you know, it does the job. Tomorrow I plan to actually add stuff you can do inside the game, like doors to open and whatnot. Day 4 is where the real fun begins. Today I made keys, so that you actually have something to do when you're inside the game. You can pick the keys up, and then when you walk and when the key touches the door keyhole, it'll get destroyed and it'll play this cool animation where the door will swing open. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. That's pretty much all I did today. It took me about an hour to implement this. That's really all I got done today because I was really busy, and yeah, that's pretty much all for day 4. Now on to day 5. So I combined days 6 and 7 because I did the exact same thing on both days, which was making the map. I probably sound kind of weird because I'm kind of sick at this point, but yeah, so that's why my voice sounds kind of weird. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. Anyways, back to what I was talking about first, which was making the map. I remade the farm map. I added, the only free models that I added were trees and the little house thing, like the little cabin, like the starter cabin. When you first join Roblox, you have a game called Starter Place, and the cabin is a free model that I used. And then the last free model that I used was a lantern, which looks pretty cool, and I put those around the map for lighting. I did, however, create the barn myself, which I'm quite happy with, and it looks pretty cool. And I created a couple doors that will swing open. I didn't get too much done on the map, so there's only really 2 keys and 2 areas to unlock, because I've been working on like a little side project thing. It's a don't touch the button game, so stay tuned for that on YouTube. If you do want to see more of this game, please tell me in the comments that you do. Otherwise, I'm probably going to take a bit of a break from it and work on that don't touch the button game. But other than that, that's pretty much the end of the game, and here's a quick little playthrough. Goodbye.